Good afternoon, everybody. Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I think I might have 4 videos today. I've got some issues coming out of EA, some hilarity from Cyberpunk, this story, and as well, maybe a 4th story. So you're going to want to check back the channel at 1, 4, 7, and maybe 9 tonight for all sorts of hilarity. So I asked you, the viewer, who choose to follow me on Twitter. In order, by the way, the only way you can find me on Twitter is going to twitter.com/the quartering. You can't search for my name. You can't find any posts of me. I'm completely shadow banned on there. But I do appreciate those that do. That way I can get tips and advice on what people want to have me cover today. This was by far the top issue, and I wasn't really aware of it. Stranger Things, Gaten Matarazzo to host executive produce hidden prank show for Netflix. I thought, okay, so I don't know, it's current year. I thought prank shows were kind of over with. I'm surprised to see that there would be a new one, but there's an interesting twist to this. There seems to be a target, what I would consider is vulnerable people who are searching for work. Before I get into kind of the nitty-gritty of the article, I think I understand why everyone just about hates this concept. Let me paint that with a hypothetical, and we'll see if I can figure it out here. Let's say you are out there looking for work. You've been laid off. Maybe you worked at a local brick and mortar, and it's no longer competing with online. Maybe you worked in a factory and they downsized. Whatever the case, maybe you're just looking to improve on your existing employment. So you put your resume out there on monster.com and Indeed and all these career builders and all this kind of stuff. You're taking interviews, you're taking phone calls. Every time the phone rings and it's a number you don't recognize, you're kind of excited because it could be a new opportunity. Or maybe you're just happy because maybe you'll have a chance to pay your rent or put food on the table. Instead, you get a fake job from this kid. Now, what happens when you accept a job? Well, you stop looking for other jobs. So you take your resume down, you tell your family and friends to stop asking around for you because you found a job, you feel good, you get that start date, and you're ready to go. Problem is, you don't actually have a job. Instead, you get dunked on by some 16-year-old kid for laughs. And in the meantime, you have missed out on countless opportunities to find real work, perhaps maybe even your dream job. All this for the laughs on Netflix. Now, even if they give these people a little parting gift of some cash, who knows the opportunities that they have missed out on? And you wonder if this show is going to end up getting sued by somebody who's not cool with getting made fun of just trying to get out there and get a dang job. Let's continue. Now, you could argue that you have shows like Carbonaro Effect and things like that who are oftentimes hiring temp workers for the day only to end up on the TV show. I'm not sure I entirely love that either. As long as they're getting paid and they get some cash for being on the show, I suppose that's okay. But the AV Club put out his cool new Netflix prank show is all about screwing with people trying to find work. The way this is worded ends up very badly for them. You see your boy Justin Wang up in here. Listen, everyone, hating on the show hasn't seen the part where he forces homeless children to watch him eat extravagant steak dinners. I mean, everybody hated this. And you have things like, I mean, the media is pushing it like it's one. My biggest problem with it is that prank shows are dumb, and they take zero effort, and they turn embarrassing somebody into some sort of a joke for everyone else. Okay, so looking more into this, Netflix, eye roll inserted, has ordered 8 episodes of Prank Encounters, a hidden camera prank show executive produced and hosted by Stranger Things star Gaten Matarazzo. The show, which has been in the work for months, yeah, real hard to list a fake job and get people looking for work and then dunk on them. But, we'll see here. It's set to launch later this year. Each episode of this terrifying and hilarious prank show takes two complete strangers who think they're starting their first day at a new job. It's business as usual until their paths collide, and these part-time jobs turn into full-time nightmares. Matarazzo executive produces with Silverman, Owens, and Kevin Healy from Propagate, and who's made great shows like Dance Moms and Undercover Boss. He is known for his portrayal of Dustin on Netflix's Stranger Things, which premieres its third season July 4th. The 16-year-old, who began his professional career in the original Broadway production of Priscilla Queen, Don't Care. When not filming, he devotes his time. Why are they putting all this in? So every article about this kid talks about he's got some teeth disease. Oh, yeah, right here. He's got that. He spends time with his family, but he's also executive producing and putting out a show that makes fun of people looking for a job. It's interesting. I wonder what the AV Club episode or article has to say about it. I wonder if they're worshiping this as well. The thing is, as I've said, I don't necessarily have a problem with pranks. I have a problem with targeting vulnerable people who are looking for work. That's kind of rough. Could he turn this around and take some of the millions that Netflix is giving him and give these people 3, 4, 5 months salary so that they could continue to support their family as they begin their search again? Sure. But remember, for those of us that have had to find a job, when you get a job, okay, you stop taking calls from other jobs, right? You stop taking opportunities. And so the question becomes, how many other jobs, real jobs, did these people miss out on to be taken advantage of for this television show? Now, I doubt that this show is the first to screw with people in this manner. So I don't want to heap all the blame on this kid, but he is definitely getting a lot of it. And I understand because, finding work is not easy. And certainly finding something that can support your family or yourself is even more difficult these days. And when you're firing your resume out there, let's say, you apply to 5, 10, 15 jobs, you finally get the call back, you borrow your dad's suit or you wear your best clothes out there to get that job interview, you go to the job interview, you get the job, you get a start date, which is what these people sound like they have. You stop taking calls from other legitimate jobs. You take your resume off all the websites. How many different opportunities do you think people missed out on? That's the question. I have a serious problem if these people, what are these people going to do? Are they going to litigate against the show? What if you end up with you missing out on your dream job just so this 16-year-old kid can dunk on you? TV prank shows are kind of like measles epidemics. They're sudden, seemingly at random. It's hard to believe they're still popping up in the world 2019. And yet we feel compelled by public duty to note that everywhere should be on the lookout for Stranger Things show, who has begun production on an 8-episode Netflix prank series targeting our most laugh-ready societal victims. People just trying to find a job. Okay. All right, good. AV Club. I'm glad I read this. I'm glad I read this. They didn't like it. All right, good on you, Deadline. I was not expecting it. Per Deadline, the terrifying and hilarious prank encounters eschews the punked ethos where you're really in trouble with your friends of a friend with Ashton Kutcher or an open car-loving wound like Zach Braff. In favor of people who are starting their first day of a part-time job, these lucky, quote, contestants, already presumably freaked out by their tenuous specter of employment in the modern economy, are then subjected to business as usual until their paths collide with part-time turns into a full-time nightmare. Props to Matarazzo, who will host the series as well as executive produce alongside fellow EPs Don't Care. This is a far scarier premise than any monster that's ever crawled on the Upside Down. Demogorgon might take your buddies, but at least doesn't screw with you while you're trying to make rent. Yeah. This is a mean-spirited show. This is not going to play well with people, and I hope it fails. Sorry, kid. You got plenty of money. You'll bounce back. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.